I drove 6 hours to Phoenix, Arizona to get this. This is my 2001 Lexus GS 300, and it came with a 2J. I bought this car off of the Copart website, which is like an auction slash marketplace for vehicles, boats, trailers, etc., whatever has a motor in it or not, they pretty much sell. And this is where I got this from. Dude, it's like every time, I don't know if you've noticed, every time it's windy, it's like I want to record when it... Anyway, today we're going to be explaining what it was that we did to buy this car, the steps, what Copart did, what I did, what I had to do, what I had to buy, what I had to... Everything. Everything that has to do with Copart. I'm just going to do a quick run around of what we have going on with this car, because we did wash it. We did detail it a little bit, not 100% yet because I still have to do some work to it. But we did wash it and clean it out. We did an oil change. I still have to do the coil pack, the spark plugs, etc., just to get it to 100%. It's leaking oil a little bit. I'm not too sure why.
What?
Maybe I didn't put the plug in right. I'm not,
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
not too sure. But nonetheless, the car's running great. It has not overheated. The motor has not given up. Nothing of that nature at this point in time. Knock on wood. So let me show you around. So again, as you can tell, wheels, tires look a little bit better now. We actually have the spare right here. Well, it's not a spare, but it's the one that matches these wheels right here. So that'll be coming down soon. If you guys can let me know what I can do to actually engage my key and unlock it, unless maybe the modules are messed up. But if I try to unlock it, like, it'll go or not. See, like, sometimes it works, but if not, I have to unlock it with the key. So there you go. Now the interior is actually really clean. There's no residue, the white residue that was on top of the dashboard, all over the gauge cluster here. Nothing is ugly now, aside from the seats. But I mean, it's a 2001 car, so not expecting great things out of the interior. But anyway, she's ready, and like I said, sometimes it locks, sometimes it doesn't. If you guys know anything about it, please let me know in the comments down below, because I don't know. But anyway, guys, look at how she sits. Like I said, this is the only spot where I see the hit. You can tell right there, the taillight is cracked. The exhaust is pushed in. And of course, the fenders are looking a bit rough, because that's probably where it got bent from. And the doors are a little bit unlined. But yeah. So now that I have given you again a rundown of the car, again, 2001 Lexus GS 300. It came with the 2J, gave me 2 keys, runs great, no overheating, no seizing of the motor, transmission shifts smoothly. But yeah, everything seems pretty good with the Lexus right now. We actually registered it. It had a salvage title, so we did have to register under salvage title. But it is 25 years old, which means that I don't have to get an inspection. So anyway, guys, let's go inside to the office so that we can look at some numbers, the website, Copart, and I can explain a little bit further away from this wind. How do you guys see me there? I don't know because I don't have the screen opened up. Hopefully you guys can see me okay, bro, because I don't know what's going on. Anyway, paperwork, we have everything here. Let's open up the computer. How you guys doing on this beautiful evening, morning, night? I am not sure what you guys are having right now. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And like I said, we're going to go over everything that I went through to get to this car. I was out looking for, like I stated before, a GS 300 or an IS 300 with a 2J because I was going to get a daily, right? Don't tell my wife. I was getting a daily, and this daily was going to be not fun at all. What did Rally Rex do? He went out of his way to look for something that was actually fun and was able to locate this car after a couple of weeks researching marketplace in a different city, even state, everything.
Playing from MSI.
So, the car itself. Oh, hold on. Let's start from the beginning. Again, we looked at Marketplace, we looked at Craigslist, we looked at OfferUp, and we went throughout a few states. I didn't want to go too far out, like 11 hours drive. I didn't want to do that. So we went out to Phoenix, Albuquerque, Dallas, stuff like that. That's around my area in West Texas. But anyway, as you can see here, we are in the Copart website. And again, you're going to have to create a actual account in order for you to start bidding on vehicles. Now, there's two types of membership. There's going to be a regular membership, which allows you to bid up to like $10,000 or no, sorry, $2,000. And the other one is up to $100,000, but you pay yearly. For myself, I paid the $99 subscription, and that was enough for me. The other one's $249 a year. It's up to you whether you're gonna buy more vehicles, etc., etc. For this purpose only, I bought just a regular one, just so that I can get a hold of this vehicle. So again, all you have to do is go ahead and search Lexus GS 300. I didn't put 2004, but okay. Lexus GS 300, for example, because that's what I looked up. Okay, now you have a couple of features up in the top. Now, Copart is basically an auction place where you can buy vehicles, whether they're crashed, whether they're salvaged, whether they're burned, whether they're running, whether they're just scratched and dented, because that's what mine said. And as you can tell at the very top here, it says used vehicles, buy it now, run and drive, no license required, whatever, etc., etc. All these features are the ones that I clicked, which was run and drive. And for me personally, I placed buy it now because I am looking to buy the car now. So again, this is what it comes up with. It shows you all the vehicles that are available. It shows you what if they're running and driving. So whatever the R says here is what it means. So it basically says, hey, the car whenever was here, we turned it on, we put it in drive or reverse, we moved it back and forth, and it worked properly at the time of the test. Now look at this Lexus. Excuse me, look at this Lexus right here, dude. This one's actually pretty good. Damn. Damn, it only has 180,000 miles. And look, the buy it now price is $1,550, and there's a current bid for $1,250. So, if you purchase the actual membership, not 100% of the time will it let you to actually bid or buy now or offer on a buy it now vehicle, because you need to have a down payment or a fee, or I forgot what they call it. You need something You need like I forgot the name. You need pretty much a down payment for you to bid a little bit more than the $2,000 that you have on there. So at one point I exceeded the $2,000 because I put an offer on the one that I have, and then I bid on another vehicle for like $400, and that equivalated to $2,000. So at which point, if I wanted to bid on another car, I would pretty much need to put a 10% down on whatever the final price of that vehicle is, so that it allows me to bid on that car, or it allows me to put an offer on that car. So it's really weird how this website works. I don't really understand it that well, but I'm explaining to you what I went through and what I lived through while buying this car. Fortunately for me, I was able to put an offer on that car. So if you can see on the right hand side, it says buy it now or make an offer, or you can bid on it. I put make an offer and I offered $1,400. It took him approximately a day to answer, and someone from Copart actually called me and said, "Hey, I saw your request. I saw that you wanted 1,400, but the owner of the vehicle, which is completely separate from Copart, said they wanted 1,700." So I said, "Well, okay, that was fine with me at the time as well." I said, "Okay, well, can you offer him 1,600 for the car?" And that's how it stayed for a little bit. I called back. We were calling back and forth, and we were able to agree on 1,600, and that's the price that I bought it at. Now, again, that's just the sales price of the vehicle, and I'm pretty sure that's what the seller gets, because all these other fees that you're going to see in a little bit. Let me go here on my profile, personal, blah, blah, blah. Let me see if it pulls up the actual list of it. Oh, there you go. So this is what I saw when I purchased this car. So as you can see here, it shows the vehicle, it shows the condition it's in, it gives you all the pictures that they posted when they initially were going to sell this car. Now, I didn't really see the structure of the rear trunk, excuse me, because I wasn't really paying attention on that. What caught my attention, of course, was this, and of course, the mileage at this time was 169,000, which I thought was really good for a 2JZ, because a 2JZ is a 3-liter inline six, whatever the case, of V6. So, and it said runs and drives, and the primary damage that Copart put on here was minor dent and scratches. No secondary damage, no nothing, but that's what can happen if you're just looking at the car from the website, unless you go to the actual place or you go to the lot, and I'll go over that in a second. That's what's going to happen. It's only going to let you see what it's going to let you see. Just these pictures, the motor, the keys that are in here, and even see the second one there. And this is all that it's going to show. I saw the structure of the seats, and they didn't look too bad for me. So I said, okay, that's not bad, because all the ones that I've seen locally are trashed. So I thought this was a good investment. Now, once they agreed upon giving me this uh, this car, once I won the bid, once I won the offer, because someone else was actually offering like 1,200 or something like that, so I tried to go a little bit above that so I can get this car. And basically, what happened is that they sent me the request that the sale ended and that congratulations, you've won this vehicle, time for payment. Now, this is where it got really ugly for me, because I had a day off and then I worked the next day. I had 2 days off, and the next day I worked after those 2 days off. So Copart gives you 3 days after the win of your bid or after the win of your offer to pick up your vehicle. And if you don't pick up your vehicle within those 3 days, they will start issuing and accrue fees. Apparently, it's like $15 per day or so, something like that, where it's $15 a day. But with these $15 a day, it'll accrue pretty freaking fast. And I am sure that you do not want to be paying extra from what you already paid. So now let's see if it allows me to get with the fees here. Let me just pause this real quick. So, yeah, okay. So in my hand, I have what I paid for this car. I'm gonna try to put it on the camera as best as possible so you guys can take a look at it, and you'll see all the fees that were accrued within this sale. I hope that it's catching it. I'm not too sure. I don't think this form is included with the purchase on Copart because I can't find it. But anyway, I'll go through them as you guys can see on there. So again, like I said, it's a sell price because when you win this auction or offer that you put in, it shows you the invoice amount and payment status, and it'll give you how much you need to pay for the whole thing. So at the time when I barely bought it, it said $2,500, and I said, "Wow, that's $1,000 over what I, initially paid, which was the sales price." So everything that was extra is from all these fees. So the first fee is an environmental fee for $15. The internet bid fee, $85, a gate fee for $95, a buyer's fee for $465, which I'm already paying a membership for. I don't know why they need that much, and the sales tax, which is which is 178 with 90 cents, and my total payment is $2,438 with 90 cents. That's all they put on here. Now I'm guessing that as the higher the price of the vehicle is, I'm pretty sure the fees go even higher than that. But I don't know. This is my first time buying a car from Copart, so I didn't know what to expect really. But anyway, so now you have the car and you bought it. You won the auction. You won the offer. Basically, they give you again 3 days to pick up the car. If you don't pick it up within those 3 days, they'll start giving you the fees. Now, on the website, it gives you access to pick up. So you can pick up or you can actually arrange shipping to your house. For mine specifically, it was approximately $800, which I thought was extremely high. So I decided to rent a trailer and go in my truck and go pick it up in Phoenix. So with that being said, it gives you those 3 days, and within those 3 days, it gives you the option to go pick it up. Again, like I said, I had 2 days off, and from there on Wednesday, I had to go back to work at 5 in the morning. I tried. I decided to go pick up the car the next day after I had bought it or won the auction. I decided to go pick it up the next day. So on the website, it gives you the option to go pick up, and it allows you to select from a list of dates and times. That crap is freaking fake because it gave me the time for the next day, which was the 19th, I believe, of March, or the 29th or something. It was the 29th of March, and it was allowing me to click it and put, hey, I want to go pick up this car with this appointment on March 29th at approximately 1,300 or 1,500 hours to 1,400 hours. 1,500 to 1,600 hours, which was 3 to 4 p.m. or something. It was like earlier. I was like 1:15 to like 2:15. Gives you like an hour span to pick up the car. So I decided to put 29th at 1:15 so that I don't have to be over there for that long. So it allowed me to click on that option. And when I did, it said, okay, you have been scheduled for this appointment. So once I decided to go into my Copart account and look at my appointment, voila.
Surprise, motherfucker.
There it was. April 1st, you will be picking up your car at 1:15 to 2:15 p.m. What? No. I want to pick it up on the 29th, not on the 1st. Here we are, we're calling Copart at like 6 p.m., which the lots close at 4 p.m. at their time. I'm calling Copart because Copart, I guess, has access 24/7, but it's just for your specific account information and stuff like that. So everything that has to do with your account, they're open for you 24/7 for you to talk to them, whatever the case is. Bullshit. I called them. I tried to get them to give me an appointment. They said, oh, we can't because you need to speak to the freaking lot in Phoenix. And I said, well, it's 6 p.m. and I only have tomorrow. if I can't go tomorrow and I can't pick it up tomorrow, I'm canceling the whole fucking thing.
Daddy, chill.
Excuse my French. I'm canceling this whole thing, and that's the end of it because it's bullshit that I just bought this car and you're not allowing me to go pick it up on the time that I can pick it up. Basically, my wife and I pick up the trailer that same day, and we go the next day at 5 in the morning. We set up and we start going over there. We drive over there to Phoenix. We arrive there at like 11 in the morning. So I am guessing, I've never done this before, so I am new to all this. I am guessing, okay, well, we'll go, and maybe by the grace of God, these people are going to decide to say, yeah, we'll just, load it up real quick. It's just one car, because all these people that were lined up in the gate, they had like a 18 wheelers with like 15 cars already on them, and I'm only picking up one car. Anyway, I go in there, I talk to the guy, we drove to Phoenix, Arizona, and it was like, again, 6 hours plus stop, like 6.5, 7 hours. It's not too bad. I drive to California all the time, and it's like 12 hours. It wasn't bad. We go and we speak to the guy there, and basically he tells us, well, no, there's no spots open. You need a spot. You need an appointment to come and pick up the vehicle. Seriously? I only have one day to come pick it up. I tell him this concern. I said, this is my first time buying from Copart, and it gave me the option to schedule it for today, which is the only day I can only pick up. And it allowed me to. And when I actually checked it, it said I had it on the 1st, and he checked, and of course it said I am picking up tomorrow on the 1st at 1:15, whatever the case is. And I said, I can't come tomorrow, so that's why I'm here. Can I pick up my vehicle today? And he says, oh, well, let me look. He's looking. I don't know if he's looking or not. And he finds apparently what they call, the late part of picking up, the late appointment, which is at 4 p.m. And it actually gave me an option, like the day prior, to pick up at 4 p.m. So I already drove to Arizona. I do not want to drive back. I don't want to cancel it because I already wasted. And I believe that if you cancel your offer or your bid, they charge you a separate amount. I'm not too sure how much the amount is, but I am sure they charge you a fee, like $600 or something like that, just to return the car to the lot, which is already on the lot. It's already in Phoenix. It's already on the lot. I don't get it. Anyway, they have these slots from wherever time they open all the way to 4 p.m. And supposedly on this lot, because all lots are different, they have this one specific time that you're able to go for the late timers, or late, whoever goes in late. I'm not too sure how true that is. This is my first time, so I agreed, and I wanted to pick it up at 4. That's 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours waiting, doing nothing in Phoenix. Unfortunately, we had to wait those 5 hours. And even then, I arrived like 30 minutes prior to the 4 p.m. mark. And I went in there and I said, hey, I'm here. I'm a little bit early. Can I pick up the car? This fool said yes. He said yes.
What the hell is even that?
Bro, you couldn't do that at 11? There was no one there. Anyway, they allowed me to pick it up at 3:30, because it was already going to be 4. They allowed me to pick it up at 3:30, load it up in my truck. They, like I said, they come in, pick it up with those tractors and, from the bottom, and then they put it on the flatbed or whatever you have. They fix it for you, however you want it. And that's it. They could have literally said, yes, we can give it to you right now because we have nothing else to do and there's no one in the gate. But no, they wanted me to wait. So, experience thus far with Copart, not so great. I think the rules and regulations are kind of stupid for what it is. You're buying a vehicle and they only want you to go pick it up whenever they want you to pick it up. Like, doesn't make sense. Like, I have stuff to do. I have work. I have other things that I need to accomplish. And you're not allowing me to because you're canceling my appointment, saying that there's no appointments for that day. It's really ridiculous. It really is. And it pissed me off because I said, if I go over here and I don't have this, I'm going to lose it. Thankfully, They were able to, allow me to pick it up at 4, which sucked because we arrived home like at 1. I only got like 2, 3 hours of sleep because I, you know, unloaded the car and, you know, drove it a little bit and did what I had to do at that time. It sucked. It really did. So if you're buying from Copart, make sure that you save the time. Make sure that you have the time. Make sure that you have money saved because these fees are insane. It's still a good price because all the cars here were 3,000, 2,500, and they were all above 300,000 miles. Yes, unfortunately, as you can see, these cars are not always going to be accurate because it says runs and drives, and the major issue or the major damage is minor dents and scratches. And of course, when we received the car and we viewed it and we looked at it, we found a whole huge mess of bent chassis and all these things that did not were not disclosed within Copart. So Copart lies. Unfortunately, we got a car that had other issues that we weren't aware about, but it's still a good price. And I'm not gonna sell it yet. I am gonna fix it up, and I'm probably gonna turbo it 100% because that's you have a 2J, you need a turbo with 2J. But anyway, that's pretty much the gist of Copart and how it works. You need a membership. You need to pay for the membership. You need to pay for 10% if you're paying above $2,000, and then you can bid. Once you win, then you have to set up an appointment, and you have to pay that fee of whatever the price is, and you can ship your car, or you can go and make the appointment like I did. Again, make sure that you look at your Copart account because sometimes it's not true and you have to go the next day. So like I said, save your time, save your days if you're going to go somewhere else to pick it up. Again, I would suggest you guys go and look at the car prior to actually buying it because this is sight unseen and I don't know, like I said, I didn't know what happened to it. We could have probably opened that trunk and viewed the trunk and said, oh man, yeah, something did happen back here. So maybe I would have said no, but who knows at the time. But now you can go and physically look, physically touch, physically try to turn it on, see if it works, whatever the case is. They only allow they allow you to view 3 vehicles if you're entering the lot. So that's another thing that I heard while I was being there. They allow you to view 3 vehicles and that's it. I mean, like, it's an auction. Like, you need to view what you want to buy. Oh, and the vehicle has to be already set for the bid. If the vehicle is not set for the bid and you want to go view it, you cannot go and see it until it says it's set for bidding. Copart is a little weird. I've never, like I said, this is my first time ever using it. This is my first experience as a first-time buyer of this, of a vehicle on Copart. Not the best experience, not the best support. I hope things really change because it was really hard for me to go and pick up this vehicle and for them to change my appointment, whatever. But nonetheless, you can still buy good cars on Copart because this is still a good car. It still has a 2J and it only has 170,000 miles. And it's not as bad as other vehicles that I've seen here where they're clapped out. Everything's falling apart. The motor looks like crap. So this relatively looks pretty nice compared to the ones locally, compared to the ones around me. So if you're, in the market of looking for a vehicle that's salvage or that needs repairs or that's been crashed or needs some type of, mechanical assistance and you're mechanically inclined, I would suggest you guys look at Copart because there is some cars that are pretty cheap. Anyway, guys, this is all I wanted to show you as far as Copart goes and what I'm trying to do with the vehicle, which is turbo it. That's the most important part. And manual swap it, manual transmission. I need a manual in there. I don't know if I want to drift it or if I want to have it street ready or if I want to drag it. I don't think I'm going to drag a car. I don't like drags. I like drifting. I like racing and a streetable car. So if you're looking to get some beautiful content out of this channel with this GS300, please don't forget to subscribe because it's going to be an amazing one, and I am really, really, really excited about this one. I hope you guys are too. So this is going to be it. If you have any further questions, put them down below and I'll answer them as best as I can. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, peace out.